Hey everybody, One of Wisdom here. It is Thursday, December 18th, 2014. It is an awesome day. We had a Skylanders drop a bombshell of a news update yesterday. Light and dark elements revealed. Light and dark expansion packs hitting stores. Spotlight and blackout basically teased in the press releases, if you will. I've got dedicated videos for blackout and spotlight up on the YouTube channel. Be sure to check those out. You can also find some pictures, some more information, some screenshots on oneofwisdom.com. So be sure to check all that out. You can also find this information on the Skylander Club Forum at skylanderclub.com. We just unboxed the Light Element expansion pack, Sunscraper Spire Adventure Pack, Nightlights AP or EP, whatever you want to call it. We unboxed it, and now we're going to unbox this pile of epicness that is the Dark Element expansion pack. Right there, that is the Dark Trap. That's actually the Dark Spider Trap. So the sculpt will be Spider. I'll throw it in the portal in the game here in a little bit. We'll see what it's called. This is Nightmare, something that a lot of people are still oblivious to. This is a female. It's not a guy. It's a chick. So this is Nightmare, the female trap master from the Dark Elements. And right over here we have, of course, the Midnight Museum. That may be the most visually appealing location piece I have ever seen. It also lights up on the portal, and that's going to be wicked cool. I'll take some pictures on the portal, and I will have those up on my site, oneofwisdom.com. Take that link at the top, and you will be able to see that and much more. There's your artwork on the top side. Retail price on this is $29.99. It drops here in the U.S. this Sunday, 12/21, the winter solstice. At Toys R Us, the price is $31.99 there. They marked it up $2. Take it standard, adventure pack, if you will. You know, Mirror of Mystery with Deja Vu and Nightmare Express with Blades. They're basically $10 figures. You could figure Nightmare and Nightlight as $15 figures, $24.99 plus $5. The difference between the figures, $29.99. So, EB Games, for those of you in Australia and New Zealand, I know I crank out a ton of content when you people are up, and I guess like getting home from school and work, which is probably why I have like so many people on the flip side of the world watching the channel and everything. Good news for you people, EB Games has it dated for 12/26, the day after Christmas, but you can pre-order it, and as such, I would advise you to do so if you plan to pick it up. You will eliminate any headaches, you can rest easy, and you know, the day after Christmas, which when most people are off from work or still have a little bit of free time, you got a pretty good time, and that's honestly, I think, what, a Friday? So, hey, you got the weekend, if nothing else. That said, coming around here to the backside, Skylanders Trap Team New Dark Elements. Up at the top, Dark Element Expansion Pack, Experience a New Element and Adventure Pack. This is the Midnight Museum in your hand, on the portal, and in the game. That looks like a pretty awesome level as well. Right here, the top caption, I'll actually scroll it over for you. Open a new world with more villains to capture and challenges to conquer. Here we've got Midnight Museum, lights up on the portal of power. That should look absolutely sinister with the lights out. Here we've got Nightmare, once again the female Dark Element Trap Master. You got the Dark Spider Trap, and check that out. They don't have a name here, but that is actually, I believe, Nightshade, Dark Villain. So, right here, the other expansion pack is the Light Element expansion pack. It features Nightlight, the Sunscraper Spire, and the Light Hawk Trap. Obviously, as with most expansions and adventure packs, only compatible with that game. Hopefully, moving forward, these chapters, these levels will be playable. You know, kind of like when we moved from SSA into Giants. You could play Pirate Seas, Dragon's Peak, etc. Hopefully they do the same thing. Oftentimes the adventure packs are my favorite levels, so I would love to see them playable in future games. Pretty much covered everything there, just a little in your hand on the portal in the game type thing there. So we're going to go ahead and crank this sucker out of its packaging. It's a little tough to unbox these. They're kind of a new challenger, if you will. So first time was a learning experience, and hopefully this time around I can maybe get it a little bit better. Seems like they used some really good adhesive on that last one. So we're going to go ahead and try to get this open. All right, last time I had some trouble with that part, so I just kind of lifted it up very high. This is what the backside looks like when you open her up. And we're going to turn it over and hopefully have it drop out. No guarantees that will happen. Yeah, once again, I mean, these are like, basically you can see where the resistance came from right up top. But cool thing is, these are not taped. So if you cut those out to put on your storage containers, Powerade, tackle boxes, whatever it may be, you are home free. Right here, sticker sheets, and this was actually facing up. It was the light element villain. So this basically means whenever you buy an expansion pack, you get both the light and the dark elements, which you can then apply to your collector poster. Most people, you know, have maybe the dark edition starter pack and the regular starter pack. You can go that route with your posters. You can use them in the trap trays, whatever you want to do. But dark element villain, right there, that is your Doom Raider. That is Nightshade / Flynn, the evil magician pirate. Taekwon Crow, I'm very excited about that guy. Fisticuffs, and then a fan favorite, Ice Cream. She's been very popular. Right here, you've got Luminous, the light element villain. You've got Lobgoblin. He's got some cool hair going on. I'm excited about Blastertron. I think he'll be interesting. And again, I-5, someone else people have been very excited about. So, we're going to set that down. I believe the last two, maybe I-5 and Ice Cream, weren't they in Monster Marsh, if I'm remembering correctly? Anyway, this is what we're left with. Nightmare, the Dark Spider Trap, and the Midnight Museum. Gonna crack that back, just like so. The trap did descend with the stat cards. We're gonna get Ms. Nightmare out here. Don't grab her by the lance, don't grab her by the ponytail, don't grab her by the hooves. Try to work the plastic, if at all possible. She is really in there, too. There we go. I tried really hard. I didn't want to like rip the horse off the base or something. You know. Good news, the Midnight Museum came out really easy. Now we just need to get the cards. What I like to do here, just bend this out of the way. You don't care if it gets damaged. You just don't want to damage the cards. So we'll slide that out. We will do the same thing with Nightmare's card. And now we're left with just the Dark Spider Trap. Again, come in from behind. Kind of work it as best you can. Now that's easier said than done. There we go. Oftentimes you can push them from the bottom up. You can kind of make do that way. So don't need that anymore. We'll throw it aside. And, we'll start off with the Dark Spider Trap. Now this one, honestly, it doesn't have any metal flake or metallic that I see. It honestly looks like an undead trap. The coloration, which, I mean, that makes sense, but something I pointed out in my videos last night, that isn't like they were lazy and it's just like, oh, they didn't even separate the legs. That's actually a spider web. Can't see it. Well, you kind of can with my hand back there, but it's very, very clear there, and it's actually very clear in the other video I did with the high-res images. So be sure to check that out. But again, it is a web, which is a nice touch. There is a design on the spider's abdomen. Not quite sure. It almost looks like a chaos type symbol. So that's somewhat interesting. Let me drop down here. And this is undead. Okay, so this is undead. It's actually, this is a lot darker than undead. It's not black like the Chaos Trap, which we got back here. Chase McCain is hidden. He's just in the same spot. Because quite frankly, this is too exciting. I would say that the Dark Element Trap, this is like a solid black. I mean, you don't have any translucency really. It's just glossy. This is like a translucent black, and then this is like the smoky black in the undead element. That's a nice color comparison between the three for you. So we'll set that back down. Then of course, the ultimate Chaos Trap is there. So we'll put those two traps together. We'll set this one back down. I got traps all over the place in this room. That said, let's take a look now at the Midnight Museum. This thing is too cool not to. Wow, and there's silver detail on the backside and the base. That is impressive. So the backside, you think, yeah, that's boring, but then you've got the silver detail. Totally unnecessary. They went above and beyond there. They actually did it on the front side too. It's just the wings point down, so you kind of see more of the black. You can see the steps leading up to the museum. You can kind of see like that dark, cursed, haunted looking thing in the background. This is like a, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much people are into cars, but the closest paint I could think of, Chameleon, and then like Misty Chrome. They had like the '03 Cobras, the Terminators. You could get like the Misty Chrome paint on them. This is very much akin to like a Misty Chrome paint for Skylanders. So it's got some purple, it's got some blue, it's got some green, it's got some black. It just honestly, it depends on what light is hitting it, and that is a very, very cool feature in my opinion. This big area here actually kind of gives you an idea what the paint does in the lights and shadows. However, on the front side, you've got the blue feature here, kind of around a jewel, and then up top, you've got a blue. It's a little bit brighter than my Legendary blue. You can kind of see that here on Legendary Chopper I custom painted. Very close colorations. This one might be just a shade brighter. And then you've kind of got like that amethyst purplish type color, if you will, a little translucency to it. It's hard for you to see it, but that's actually like the little crescent moon that they associate with the dark element, so that's pretty dadgum neat. We'll set it down. Before we take a look at Nightmare, here's the card for your collection. That kind of gives you an idea of what it looks like. You can pick up on the silver a little bit better and the blue down below. You get the card, you get the sticker sheet, you can see the location piece, name tag, QR code, and web code. For Nightmare, you get the stat card, which we're going to cover. You get the sticker sheet. You can see your artwork there. You can see your name tag, the Dark Element logo, QR code, and a web code. But let's take a look at her stats. Now, her power, 150 of 250, which, that's not quite as high as Nightlight. Armor, 110. Is that what that says? It's kind of blurry. 110 out of 250. Agility, 250 out of 250. That should be interesting to play with. Luck, 40 out of 250. Add all of that up, and we've got 250, 400, 510, 550. That is exactly what Nightlight was on his stat card. So very cool stuff there. Now, Nightlight herself. She's got that same kind of Misty Chrome Chameleon dark paint going on with the epic legendary blue of One of Wisdom. That is honestly, it's very, very similar again to what I, paint mine with. Again, it looks a little darker there, I think, because it's just more of it with more black to the side, but very similar. I'd still say it's a little bit brighter of a color, but it looks awesome. You can actually see it on the hooves as well. That's a nice, subtle detail. They could have just taken the time to wash that out. They chose not to. Her base is much less to do. It's just round. Again, it's actually right side up. When she faces me, you got the Activision there. Not many people cared, but I noticed with Nightlight it was flipped for some reason. Kind of like a smoky base where, the light element kind of had the big white special base with the sun design. This just looks like a black eerie cloud, which kind of cool. Bottom of the hoof painted, awesome. That's the type of things I would do. It's the type of things I appreciate. The tail on the horse end of Nightmare is actually the blue, just like her ponytail. Facial features, it's very interesting. It's solid black here with a little bit metallic, and then like down from between the eyes, down the nose, and around the mouth through the chin area, that's actually like a metallic green color, more so than the Misty Chrome. Doesn't have as much flake and color change as the others do. That said, here on her body, same dark Misty Chrome, just looks awesome. I assume she does something with this. Again, I don't spoil things, I don't know. But this is her Traptanium weapon. That's how we know she's a Trap Master. It is a lance, which is awesome. She's got the spear, she's got the different serrated edges. Just looks ready for business. Now, something that I have covered already, but in different videos, is her background story. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that for you right here. Nightmare, Dark Element. What is her slogan? Nowhere to hide. So if you wondered what's the slogan for Nightmare, nobody else covers it. I do, and it's nowhere to hide. Bit of a long story here, but I think you will enjoy it. Before the destruction of the Core of Light left her stranded in the Dark Realm, Nightmare was one of the Dark Centaurs who guarded the Oracle of Stones, an enchanted game of dark sky stones that could predict the future. When it was stolen by an unknown force, Nightmare was called upon to retrieve it. She knew it would be dangerous because if the Oracle was asked the wrong question 7 times, it would unleash a terrible curse upon all of Skylands. Fortunately, she found it in a cave with a gang of Bi-Cyclopses. Again, I'm really interested to see Bi-Cyclopses. About to ask their 7th wrong question. With no time to lose, she charged forward, beating the fierce Bi-Cyclopses and saving Skylands from the terrible curse. Now, having joined the Trap Team, Nightmare uses her hunting skills and Traptanium lance to bring down evil everywhere. So, very cool background story. She will be joined by a character I believe to be a core Skylander. I don't see where the Traptanium would be on him. His name is Blackout. He looks very much like a Vathic-ish Flashwing, if that conjures up any images in your head. If it doesn't, go to oneofweezem.com or SkylanderClub.com and you can see pictures. So, I've also got it in video. I cover his background story as well. So, female Trapmaster in the Dark Element is joined by what I presume to be a core, regular Skylander male, and then male Trapmaster in the Light Element is joined by Spotlight, mega evolution of Flashwing, if you will, as a core female Skylander. So nice balance there. Again, nothing people can really be too upset about. She looks just really, really cool. Can't wait to get her in the game, see what she does. Now, in addition to the stickers, again, let me kind of showcase this. I did it in the other one, but you might watch the dark version first or only care about the dark version. This is not the full starter pack poster, but they're all basically the same, just on a larger scale. Right here, this is your light and your dark element provisions, whichever way you prefer to structure them. So that would be your artwork with the name tag there. The villains, you wondered, man, who are the other Doom Raiders? Dark Element, Nightshade, Light Element, Luminous. So that's where those guys would go. Then right here, you would have, your 3 light and your 3 dark villains. And then, since they were nice enough to include, you can see I'm not making this up when I grab this, I've got light and dark sticker sheets from the dark expansion pack. If I can hold them, well, that's proving to be the toughest thing to do. And I've got light and dark sticker sheets from the dark expansion pack. So, the trap tray here is currently not in use. It's from my Wii U Dark Edition. Let me turn it around there. You've got your slots right in this area. You've got, basically we should be looking for 8. So you've got 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You can just come in and you can take these round name tags. Let me grab this for you. So right there, you could put Luminous, you could put Lobgoblin beside him. However you want to structure them, you can kind of pick it out, sort it for yourself. But that's what you do with them. And again, since you get those sticker sheets with both packs, you can kind of put it across 2 trap trays. You can put it across 2 starter pack posters. You can put it in your Power A trap box. This is bonus content for this video because I'm not covering as much not to buy from scalpers. Same thing here. You can see you've kind of got like the mystery ones down there, the question marks. You can kind of structure those however you'd like. Up at the top, I'll have to turn it this way. Again, you could do the same thing there. So really, whatever method you prefer, you've kind of got a nice way to tackle it. And again, particularly with my audience, I know a vast majority of people who watch my videos probably the type of people that are going to buy 2 of these. So you can take Nightlight down both paths and take Nightmare down both paths, or you're a collector and you keep one sealed, one open type thing, which you can still take them down both paths, by the way. You would have even more stickers to mess around with and, suit your little needs. So that said, I will say it here as well. If this proves hard to find, in particularly the dark, because that's what people have reported, is they see a crud ton of the light expansion packs and not many of the dark expansion packs. If it's hard to come by, don't freak out. Don't, get all grumpy or sad or upset about it. life will go on. You know, you've got a ton of Skylanders that probably aren't level 25. There's Eons Elites. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. There's Minecraft, Mario Kart. Outside, you could go outside and do something cool with your family, you know. But bottom line, you know, just be patient and save your money. Don't go out and spend 60 bucks for these things. If I went out to Toys R Us Sunday and I couldn't get these, I'm not about to go on back home, get online, and pay some idiot $90, you know, that basically scalped them, you know. I'm going to hold out, and if they never show up at Toys R Us, I don't care. You know, I'm not still going to go out and pay more than retail for them. Reason I tell you that, if you went out and you just doubled the price, you paid somebody 62 bucks for these, you're essentially or 64, we'll say. You could have come in and been patient and bought that and the other expansion pack. You could have bought 4 Trap Masters from Wave 3. You could have got 2 Blaster Mines and 2 Tough Lucks. It's not a smart thing to do. It's not that important. Just be patient. You know, things will fall into place as they should. And take it from there. That said, if you've really got your heart set on these, since we know Toys R Us is going to have them in the U.S. before everyone else, I'd say if you prefer GameStop, you're tight with the employees there, say, hey, when this stuff comes, hold it for me. I'll come as quick as I can and pay for it. Same thing if you're a regular at Toys R Us. A lot of people are telling me they open up at 2 a.m. Saturday night. I assure you there's not one employee at Toys R Us that wants to do that. It's not something special and exciting for them. They have to come to work when they're not supposed to be there. Basically, it's not like a night shift at Walmart. There's 24/7 people that are used to it. You know, this is people that work in, you know, basically like a 9 to 9 type job and shift work, and none of them want to be there at 3 in the morning dealing with customers. Take advantage of that. Go in there this week, tomorrow, early Saturday. If they know you're in there all the time, you buy this stuff, you love the series, they know you and your kids are just that you're like a 45-year-old chick that loves video games, tell them, look, this is coming out, do you know anything about it? If they say yes, you're off to a great start. And tell them, hey, I don't know how many you have, can I pay for it early? If they say no, can you hold one for me, please? And they're liable to do that because, quite frankly, they don't want to be there at 3 in the morning. And that works out to your advantage. And again, for all I know, you know, the reports people have given me could be wrong. They could have a crud ton of these things. But I'm thinking maybe if they do the buy one, get one, if they have 80% light and 20% dark, the 20% goes away, and then people that were going to buy one, get one don't have the dark counterpart. You know, so that's kind of where you run into some issues. And then does GameStop and Best Buy get 80% dark? I don't know. All I can tell you is be vigilant with your money. Don't blow it. Don't throw it away. Don't pay more than retail. There's absolutely on anything in life. I'm cheap. I never do. And that's why I'm not broke. There's a certain, you know, structure you can follow in life to be successful in things. And part of that is not being stupid and buying things on eBay from people that are marking them up for 200, 300%. So I'll leave it at that. I preach that since day one. I try to do the same thing here. And again, bear in mind, a ton of the target audience has yet to even play Trap Team. So parents are coming in. They're probably not aware of this, you know, going to drop for their kids on Christmas. The kids, you know, if they're aware of it, if they're like, you know, watching all the videos and everything, getting ready, geared up for the game, they may know about it. But I mean, the bottom line, just hold out, you know, do what you can with what you got, be content with that, take it from there, and keep your money. You know, wait to buy this for the 31 or the 29, whatever it may be, or even hold out and maybe see if you can get it for half price, you know, a couple months down the road. It won't end your life. You'll have plenty of fun things you can do. And like I said, I honestly try to convey that as best I can to people. And when everyone would stop doing that, paying crud tons of money to people that are just vermin in the world and leeches, parasites, if you will, they wouldn't scalp anymore because they're not going to make any money. And then they'd have to get real jobs, and they probably would just, you know, the strong survive, and they would probably just fail out of the workplace and die in an alley somewhere, you know. So If you'd like to see that happen, don't buy from eBay scalpers. But that said, it is very, very cool. This is a light and the dark element. As far as spotlight and blackout, I don't know anything beyond the pictures and the background stories. I've got videos up on that. I've got some pictures up on my site. Speaking of that, I'll just go ahead and end this here. oneofwisdom.com is my site. Take those links down below. They will provide you with a resource of wealth of information. You can follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. SkylanderClub.com. Check it out. If you like what you see, sign up. We would absolutely love to have you join us. Again, this Sunday, Toys R Us is where they first drop in the U.S. Go ahead, take a gamble, see if you can maybe get someone to hold one for you, something along those lines. Maybe say, yeah, we'll set one aside type thing. And again, that's kind of the perk of being a regular customer and someone that's sympathetic with people that don't usually work at 2 in the morning that are now forced to do so. So, nonetheless, it is very, very cool stuff. Light element, dark element, brand new elements, brand new expansion packs, adventure pack, if you will. But questions, comments, let me know. I'm going to get these guys introduced. I want to see what these location pieces do in the game. I want to see what the traps register as in the game as well. So I planned again to do Wave 3 intros tonight. This kind of like, catapults over that. So gonna introduce these characters tonight at some point in time. It's really late already, but I'm gonna have a good time, and I know you will too when you acquire these. So that said, good luck, happy hunting, and I will catch you back here next time.